So I made my way to the Caelid Highway south, and over here, you guys can see the Dragon Cathedral up in the background. But there is an adversary in our way. This is Egizelis? I have no clue if I'm saying that right, but anyways, Ezekiel's is very annoying. Use Mimic Me and beware of Scarlet Rot. I highly recommend bringing some Rot Blouses if you have any. Very important. The game Exegees. I know the name of his stuff. He also got the game Ice is actually doing something but this is all tech. But it's weird here. He has Ice. I get that there, so we just meet him. But looks like he's doing his neck. This is actually really close. We're working all the way out forever. Looks like he's doing a range check one. But there's another who's coming from the parts. It's completely shred away his life. Oh yeah. Oh, you're me. So yourself. And we'll just delay this. Oh my god, the Waterfowl Fury just knocked him down with the last 6 tons of damage. He's definitely gonna have, oh my god. Dragon Heart. As you can decide, this means now the people. The rules set to end is Thomas is dropping, because you Dragon Attack yourself. Same goes out for health, especially if you have really health management. But Waterfowl Fury, I have a video on how to beat Melania. Check that out in the description below. In the Elden Ring playlist, so you guys can get that power there. But man, how have you not died? There we go. Incredible. Hand of Melania just wrecks peeps in PvP. If you have Mimic Me, great to have. Torrent can be helpful if you need to run away from any of his breath he sprays at you from afar. But besides that, yeah, you guys have got this. So now that we've done that, Ritual of Dragon Communion, you guys can see there's a bunch of spells we can get here. The Dragonfire, Glintstone Breath, Rotten Breath, Dragon Ice, Dragon Claw, Dragon Maw are all the default ones you can find right when you get to Dragon Communion in Caelid. However, by going over to Grandpappy Dragon over in Dragon Barrow West, right next to Fort Ferret, you can go and kill Greyroll with Bleed very easily. Got a video, he's in multiple of my videos on getting overpowered in the game, and for good reason, as he drops not only 5 Dragon Hearts but also 75k runes, which is great for leveling up at early game. But Greyroll's Roar is one of the most effective when it comes to the Dragon Communion incarnations, because it allows you to lower enemies in the vicinity's attack and defense. This can be really helpful if you're new at the game, in an early game, especially if you're taking down a few bosses. Magma Breath you can obtain over next to the water terminus. I have no clue if I'm saying that right. But from there, you just make your way up like you would be going over to the Hermit Village, and then you're going to find this lava lake. Now, you will then encounter a magma worm. You're going to have to defeat him to obtain not only another Dragon Heart, but also to progress in Alexander's quest line. And if you need to know how to do that, I got a video posted it earlier this week. Check it out. It'll be in the Elden Ring playlist. But anyways, once he's dead, you're going to be able to buy the Magma Breath, which basically spews magma all over the place. You can buy it for 1 Dragon Heart. Now, over in Leorunia, there's going to be a dragon that's going to be guarding the Glintstone Key, which you're going to need in order to get into Raya Lucaria to defeat Renala. And I have a video on how to defeat Smarg too. But anyways, you would kill him, and you're going to obtain his Glintstone Breath. Ezekiel's Decay, I showed us how to get earlier. He's not that difficult when you're leveled up enough. I would never recommend fighting him under leveled. He is very tough. 60 Vigor is a must, especially for that Scarlet Rot, even at close range. He's pretty tough, so make sure that you have 60 Vigor before going in to get him. But Ezekiel's Decay is a more powerful Scarlet Rot. Burial's Mist. Fuse Icy Breath from Berelius from above, basically keeping you away from anything that could stagger you, unless it's of course an aerial type attacker. But Berelius is an endgame dragon that actually is causing a fog on your way to the First Church of Marika. And he is tough. I have a video on how to beat him, thankfully. Check that out. Again, Elden Ring playlist. I got all of you guys covered. But Berelius Mist costs 2 Dragon Hearts, and for good reason, because again, unlike Stupid Stomp, it is able to send frost everywhere. So our next Dragon Communion, you actually have to go over to Finger Reader Ina for, because we're going to have the Remembrance. You guys are going to need to obtain the Remembrance of the Dragon Lord. And then you guys are going to see Pasudek's Ruin. This is another Dragon Communion, and it's not bad. Spews Golden Breath from Dragon Lord Pasudek's all over the place. It's a really cool spell, and overall, you're going to be able to obtain this by doing his questline. As long as you have Crumbling Azula unlocked, you will be just fine. Thankfully for you guys, I have a video on how to fight him in the Elden Ring playlist as well, so make sure you check that out. And there it is, a heal's flame. Spews flame breath of a heal from above. Now this basically is the better version of Dragonfire, and undoubtedly it's going to be stronger, which is awesome. But there you go, costs 2 dragon hearts. Alright guys, you're going to need a total of 23 dragon hearts to buy all of the dragon spells in the game. Obviously, I don't have all those, but I am still going to be able to showcase all of them being used. So, alright, so a few quick little notes before I do the actual showcase itself of these awesome dragon spells is the fact that there is only really 3 things you need to really keep in mind when using Dragon Communion spells. There's only really 2 ways to make your dragon spells a bit more effective. The first way is by having a seal that is going to allow you to power up your Dragon Communion skills or incarnation. As you guys can see here, boost Dragon Communion incarnations. The next way is to up your mind. I recommend having at least 60 mind by the end if you're going to do a build solely off of Dragon Incarnations. That's because casting Dragon Incarnations of any kind do not take up any stamina, so you're not going to need to put any points into endurance if you don't want to. And the last note I want to put in is that although the Roar medallion does kind of say that it does boost Greyroll's Roar, it actually doesn't, which is interesting why you name it that type of talisman. But yeah, besides that, the last thing I must say, the minimum stat requirements to be able to use every single Dragon Communion in the game is going to be 38 Faith and 17 Arcane. But let's try out Ezekiel's Decay right here on our boy. You guys can see it's a bit more powerful than the Rot Spray, but now we've done that, we'll use Smart Skull and Stone Breath, which is going to send us up in the air. As you guys can see here, we'll rise. Oh shite. Burial's Mist. That's also something really cool about the dragon. For that, you can actually shoot it like up if you want to go hit any enemies up in the sky, down. Obviously, you can't just spam a huge breath. It does take little bits of time to recover over time, but still really cool. Theodoric's Magma. Got the cool little Theodoric's head. And this magma does linger to do extra damage, so it is pretty cool. But now we just have the usual. And then we have Magma Breath, which just really goes in one little spot. It's still cool though. Dragon Claw. One thing to note is I believe this can actually be followed up if I'm correct. Dragon Maw. It's probably one of the not as cool ones. But then we have Palacelix Ruin. Oh boy. Look at this. Oh man. Come over here, buddy. Take some of this. Shoot a laser of AoE around your enemies. Even like the startup, he went right into that. It is kind of impossible to really control outside of AoE it does, but so sick. So yeah, that is how to get every single Dragon Communion in Elden Ring. If you guys did enjoy today's video, make sure to hit a like on the video, always appreciated, especially if you got value from today's content. Also make sure to subscribe and hit the notification bell for extra notification on my next videos for Elden Ring when they drop. Also, be sure to hit me up on your email list so that you guys get some of that extra notification as well too. And check out my socials for extra tidbits of information. To join the journey through the lands between by using the Elden Ring playlist in the description below. And also make sure to stick around for my stream I'm doing later on this week, because I'm going to be showing you guys how to make an overpowered dragon build from the beginning of the game. You guys are going to be able to get some pretty powerful stuff right from the start. So I hope that you guys will be able to stop by and say hi. But until then, make sure to rise, my fellow tarnished, and brandish thine Elden Ring. And be like a dragon.